Hey, friends, and welcome back to Life Coaching for Mompreneurs. I'm Martine Williams, your host. And before we dive into today's episode, I want to kind of set up how November is going to be here on the podcast. So this month, I am taking some time and some space to rest and to grieve the recent passing of my mother-in-law, who was such a special lady to our family. And as the full-time caregiver, I need some time. I need some space. And I talk about this all the time on the podcast of, taking care of yourself and prioritizing yourself. And I am not just going to talk the talk without walking the walk. And so throughout November, which here in this community, we talk about it as No-vember, I'll be sharing some of our most valuable podcasts, so MVPs from the podcast archives on this topic. And each one is going to tie perfectly into this month's theme of saying no to what drains you and yes to what truly matters. So whether you're hearing these for the first time, or maybe they're just the gentle reminder that you need right now as we move into the busiest season of the year, I hope they meet you right where you are and encourage you to protect your peace, honor your capacity, and lead your life and not just perform it. So thank you so much for being a part of this community, for your prayers, for your support, for your reach outs, and for giving me the grace to have this pause this month. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome to Remix Moments with Martine, where we will remix your mindset one moment at a time. I'm your host, Martine Williams, and I'm here to bring you a quick burst of inspiration, insight, and a fresh spin on your mompreneur journey. In just a few minutes, we'll remix your mindset, energize your day, and keep you moving forward with purpose. Let's dive in to today's moment. Well, hey, friends, and welcome back to the podcast. Happy November. You know what time it is. When it's November, we theme out November on that first part of the word, on the word no. And this month, this year is going to be no different. And I am here to support you in creating your no's and your confident no's and feeling really good about your yeses as well. And so all throughout the month, whether here on the podcast or on my glow up emails. So if you're not on the glow up list, you want to go there to martinewilliams.com and get on the glow up list. We're going to be talking about it in the emails. I probably will do some type of live workshop or webinar also this month. So stay tuned for details on that. And I do have a free resource that I'm also going to be sharing with you as well. But this year, I wanted to start out just a little bit different with this. And I'm going to keep talking about this because it's still something that you all are struggling with. It's still something that comes up in conversations with my coaching clients, with my friends, with people that I know out in the community, on the Facebook groups and things. And we actually just polled many of you this last couple of weeks and asked the question about the no, what do you struggle with most? And here are some of the answers. And let me know if this resonates with any of you, or just be thinking like, yes, this resonates with me. They said things like they feel guilty for saying no. You said that you hate disappointing people, and so you say yes so that you don't disappoint. You feel obligated to say yes. You feel like no one else will step up and do the job, so you say yes to everything. I would also probably add to that, you probably think no one's going to do it your way, and so you're like, I would just rather say yes and do it. People might think that you're selfish or lazy. It's another reason why you're struggling with saying no. Maybe you have FOMO. You're afraid you're going to miss out on something. And the last one was prioritizing your needs without feeling guilty. And I would also add to that one that you probably struggle with communicating your needs with the people that matter most. And so being able to just prioritize, but also communicating those needs to the people that need to hear it. So we have some turquoise talk guests also lined up for you this month. And even though their topics are not specific to November, there is a couple of episodes that are around like digital use and your screen time and taking a break from that. And so I want you to be thinking about, even though those topics and those episodes on Thursdays may not be specific to this topic or this theme, maybe it is some of the things that you need to say no to. And I'm here to support you in that. I want you to have the holiday season that you want and be created by design and not by default. And the way we do that is to have the courage to say yes and let our yes be yes and our no be no. And so I wanted to start this year off with a little bit different take or a little different start. And I really think we have to have a shift in our beliefs first and our mindset first so that you can fully embrace November and fully embrace saying no. So if you're someone who struggles with some of the things that I just talked about, this episode and these next few episodes are for you. So we're going to dive into the stories we tell ourselves about no and explore how to transform those stories into empowering beliefs. So point number one really is understanding the stories that you're telling yourself about no. So I want you to think about the stories that you're telling yourself. Think about it. Like what goes through your mind when you're considering saying no? Maybe you think if I say no, I'm going to let them down, or they'll think I'm selfish, or, there's that little voice that's saying, if I say no, I might miss out on something important. And it's these kinds of thoughts. You've heard me talk about catch, check, and change, the triple C belief breakthrough method. It's these thoughts that can feel so automatic that we don't even question them. Like they're just coming at you. But here's the truth. These beliefs aren't facts. They're just stories that we've learned to believe. So let's try this instead. Next time you feel that resistance that like starts bubbling up to say no, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what am I really afraid of here? Bringing all these thoughts to light and bringing them to the forefront, writing them down if you need to, is the first step to loosening their hold on you. And remember, you can always choose a new story. We're going to catch it, we're going to check it, and then we're going to change it. And so, for example, you could say something like, or think something like this, like saying no doesn't mean I'm selfish. It means I'm honoring my time and my energy. That's a very different thought to think. That's going to produce a very different emotion and action. So point number two is releasing the need to people please. This comes up a lot as well. So many of us have a deep desire to make others happy, and sometimes that means saying yes when we really want to say no. Maybe we say yes out of fear of disappointing someone or because we think it'll affect our relationships with them. But let's be honest, like how often does people pleasing leave you feeling drained or even resentful? And how is that really impacting that relationship? Like if you just feel like you have to spend time with someone or you have to do something and it's not something you really want to do, that resentment is going to build up and that's not helpful for that relationship. So here's a powerful mindset shift that you can have instead. Have you started to get in the mail those holiday guides with like the top 100 gifts? I got one from, I think it was Target the other day. Have you started to get those in the mail? Well, I have something special for you to help you to design your holidays with intention and without regrets. Now's the time to start preparing and planning for the holiday that you want for you and your family. So in honor of NO-vember, I put together my Stress Less Holiday Guide. So go to martinewilliams.com/stress less and go grab that guide. The link is in the show notes too. Don't just go to it, print it off and design the holidays that you want. So instead of seeing no as letting someone down, view it as an act of self-respect. Saying no to one thing actually allows you to say yes to something that truly matters to you. So next time you're torn between a yes and a no, ask yourself, if I respect my needs, what would I choose? If I was going to respect my needs and my family's needs and my priorities right now in this situation, what would I choose? And trust that your yes will mean more when you're clear and intentional. That's why getting clarity around what's important and what matters to you most is so important. And we're going to talk about that in one of the episodes this month. But I just want to get your mind on right first, because remember, your behaviors are born in your mindset. So I can give you all the tips and tricks and the sayings and things to do around this word. But if you still have some limiting beliefs around saying no, it's not going to matter. You'll be able to white knuckle it for a little while, but then you'll still fall prey to being the yes girl. So let's explore a new perspective. Like, what if saying no is actually a powerful tool for growth? Like, think about that for a second. Every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals or about your values, you're creating space for the things that truly help you grow. By filtering out the things that don't serve you, you make room for personal and professional growth. Embracing no in this way allows you to get clearer on what you want to focus on and what will push you forward. Instead of thinking of no as a missed opportunity, consider it a deliberate choice that reflects your visions and goals. So again, next time when you start to hesitate to say no, ask yourself, is this helping me grow into the person I want to be? Is this helping me getting closer to my goal? Is this helping me get closer to creating the holidays that I want for my family? This simple question can make each choice feel intentional and aligned. It kind of brings it back to you, brings it back to what's important for you and your family and your business goals. Now let's shift from focusing on saying no to, I want you to explore this idea of a selective yes. When we're intentional about saying yes, every commitment we make holds more meaning. So kind of like selective hearing, a selective yes means that each choice reflects our values and our priorities. Imagine only saying yes to what truly lights you up or aligns with your goals. Now, you're like, well, laundry doesn't light me up and is not aligned with my goals, and I want to say no to that. You understand what I'm saying here. I'm not talking about some of those roles and responsibilities that we have, but all the other things that are coming your way. Imagine if you just said yes, more yeses to the things that truly light you up and aligns with your goals. It just creates this excitement and fulfilling path where your time and energy are invested in things that really matter. Because when you feel like your time is just being wasted or taken away, to lesser important things, it just brings on an emotion of like resentment, maybe anger, maybe frustration. But when you're able to align your yeses with what truly matters to you and your family, it just produces a different feeling. So being very selective in your yeses, and that requires slowing down. That requires you not giving an immediate answer sometimes to some people. And so one way to make this shift is by asking, does this align with my goals and my vision? Like, get really great at asking yourself some questions. That's self-coaching. A selective yes gives you permission to choose only what resonates and supports your growth. And embracing this empowers you to say no confidently, knowing that each yes you offer is fully committed and intentional. This mindset shift from saying no to choosing a selective yes can help you feel grounded, focused, energized by your commitments, because you're no longer seeing it as a no, you're seeing it as I'm being very selective on what I'm saying yes to. And the reason I'm doing that is because, and you get to fill in the blank there. So as we wrap up, remember that November isn't just about learning to say no. It's about changing how we feel about saying no. And today I want to invite you to reflect on your mindset around no. Be conscious, be intentional about thinking about what you're thinking about. That's what I want you to do this whole week. When you think about saying no, when someone asks you to do something, when you start thinking about the holidays, when you start thinking about your schedule and the things that are on there, what is your mindset around no? What are you making it mean about you when you want to say no? What is your thoughts? And when you find resistance, I want you to pause and ask, what am I really afraid of here? What story am I telling myself? You get to rewrite that story. And every time you practice saying no with compassion and confidence, you're not just honoring yourself. You're honoring your family. You're honoring your calling, maybe that God has put into your life. And you're creating a life that's aligned, intentional, and true to you and those goals. So let's make this month about saying no with love and purpose and grace and confidence. I can't wait to dive into this theme and topic with you over the next few episodes and in your email inbox. I'm here to support you. If you have any questions, if there's something specific that you want me to talk about here on the podcast with regards to this theme, feel free to reach out and let me know what that is. And I will catch you on the next episode. And y'all know I'm believing in you always. Well, that's it, friends, for this remix moment. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me, and I hope that you are feeling inspired and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Remember, even small moments can lead to big changes. If this moment made a difference, be sure to subscribe, share with your fellow moms, and leave me a quick review. Seriously, it means the world to me to hear from you. And until next time, I am believing in you, and I will catch you in the next moment.